I might create a clip channel, not gonna lie. If you create a clip channel, call it Leftlane MMA or some shit like that. What's your top 5 GOAT list? I'm gonna do a GOAT list video at some point. So I don't know. My top 5 is pretty boring. It's probably like, as much as I hate Jones, he's still kind of number one if you include PD cheats. So I'll go like Jones, GSP, DJ. You still got to put 3. I still think there's a good argument for Volk at 4. But I think all time overall, Aldo, I think, is greater based off the work he's done at Bantamweight. We have to kind of wait till Volk's career is over to like properly rank him on the GOAT list. I know Lucas Tracy hates the take that Volk is above Aldo all time. I think Volk's vice versa, that Aldo's above Volk. I think Volk's the greater featherweight. Volk is a greater featherweight of all time. He's the greatest featherweight of all time, but the work that Aldo has done at bantamweight and also coming back after like a year and a half off, you got to give him some credit for that. So I think Aldo is slightly above Volk all time, and then I'd go Aldo, Volk. I'd go Anderson Silva 6. I'd go DC 7. I'd go Khabib 8. I'd go like Islam. This is off the top of my head. I'd go. DJ's resume is shit. I get it, but just defending your belt that many fucking times is still pretty impressive. Again, this is off the top of my head, so I'm probably forgetting some people. I'd say DC's above Khabib in my books. Brother, how do you say this? He's undefeated, brother. 29-0. I don't care. He's beat like 4 good. He's got 4 notable wins. What else? Let me think. Who else? There is a very good argument that like DC and like Khabib and Islam are like have way better wins than Silva, because Anderson Silva's resume is kind of trash. But I'm gonna do a GOAT list video at some point, so yeah, stay tuned for that. Maybe I'll do that after. I might do that after 305, because if Izzy wins, then he will jump up quite a lot. Spivak 238. Spivak's coming in light. Spivak's coming in light for the fight. I think Alex wins by KO in the rematch. I think that was his first fight at light heavyweight at altitude, 3 months after getting KO. DJ is kind of overrated resume-wise. Like if you're looking at like best of all time, his skills are very good, but yeah, the resume is not great. So I wouldn't hate the take of putting like Aldo and Volk above DJ. But I just don't think even though DC was double champion, he's got better wins overall. I just don't think you can put like 1 title defense in each weight class or 2 or whatever DC had, when DC only really became champ because Jones got suspended for PEDs, which is like, I'm not saying that that's DC's fault. Like DC was natural. I mean, yeah, DC might have been on steroids too, but yeah, like I don't hate the take of putting DJ at like 4 or 5. And I know everyone's like, Aldo's got losses, man. To me, GOAT list is not necessarily just about, like, if you lose more times, you're just disqualified. Like, I know Lucas Tracy will be like, oh, Aldo lost in his prime and stuff when it was statistically permissible and stuff. I don't know. I don't think, like, losing is, like, what decides it that much. That's why I'm not moving Volk too far down for losing to Ilya and Islam. But, like, Aldo hasn't lost to bad fighters. He lost to Connor in 13 seconds. It's a bad look, but again, Connor at that time was just fucking dangerous. He lost to Holloway twice. Holloway's one of the greatest featherweights of all time as well. Lost to Volk as well. Bantamweight, he beat Moraes. That was a robbery. Lost to Yarn, and then just got grapple fucked by Marab. So, like, his only losses are to either, like people that have then gone on to hold the belt, apart from, because I don't count the Moraes loss. So Marab is the only fighter that's, if I'm not mistaken, the only fighter that's beaten Aldo that isn't a champion. And if Marab beats O'Malley, then Aldo has literally only ever lost to UFC champions. So like, I'm not gonna fault him that much. Same with Volk. Like, if you lose to like some bums and shit, like if you go on some slide and like Anderson Silva starts losing to some not great fighters, like, I'm not gonna take away from his prime, because in his prime he was amazing. But yeah, but it's actually so funny. Cejudo was, before he came back against Aldo, was like top 10 in like everyone's books. He's like triple C man. Man, I don't know how to do an impression. Man, I think I'm Triple C, guys. Guys, I've got 2 belts, guys. I won 2 belts in 2 different divisions, guys. And everyone's like, bro, this guy's top 10 is just next to DC. They basically have the same career, I guess. Like, that's what people were saying. And then he comes back, loses 2 fights in a row. Now I was like, bro, he's not even like top 15. Like, it's not actually the winning the 2 belts that matters to me. It's like the what. Guys, did I mention I'm an Olympic gold medalist, guys? I won the gold medal back like fucking 20 years ago, guys. If you don't know, guys, I'm a really talented fighter, guys, and I've got lots of MMA knowledge. I can coach you guys. Um, no, but no, I'm gonna do a GOAT list, and I do think I know a lot of people are gonna hate this take. For me, and it's based on criteria, because yeah, based on some other people's criteria, um, what's it called? Volk's above Aldo, which is fair. That's why like I just have different criteria because I don't fault you that much for the losses. I kind of base you off like the wins, how you looked, like dominance is a big part. Aldo was dominant again. And you like I hate when Lucas is just like, oh, but he didn't really beat anyone that good, bro. All these WEC guys were shit, bro. They were all bums, they were cans, right? But like he beat the best guys at that time. It's not like Aldo was fighting unranked featherweights at the time when he was winning titles. Like he was fighting the top of the division at that time. You can't fault him for that. Like that's why I get it. You can say, "Oh, this guy's resume is better in terms of like then you think this is a better fighter." Like Yair Rodriguez is a better fighter than like Kenny Florian or some shit like that. You could say, or one of Aldo's title defenses, but it's like, but yeah, like he beat who he beat at the time, and he got 7 title defenses against the best at the time. So like who's to say Aldo doesn't beat like who's to say Aldo in his prime doesn't beat Brian Ortega, doesn't beat Yair Rodriguez? Like why are we acting like Aldo just loses to all of these top guys now? Like I don't know.